Hello, in this video I will show you how to configure the sorting algorithm in our plugin ChestCleaner. First of all, I will explain you how the algorithm works and then how to configure it, so you have some sort of understanding what you are doing. For this I have an inventory, an example inventory, and our algorithm first of all goes through all the items, beginning with the first in the top left, and collects them. So it empties the inventory, and by that it searches for similar items. For example, if the grass block was here, it will group them and it will stack them to full stacks, like this grass blocks here. And these grass blocks or these groups will stay together in the whole sorting process and get treated as a unit or something like this. Then you have these groups in the algorithm, and these groups can get reordered. Like I don't know, the grass comes before grass blocks or something like that. And we do this with categories, or we call them categories. I will explain soon how they work. But if they reordered the inventory, the virtual inventory, the items have to get back into the inventory. And you can do this on different ways. Like you start at the top left and go to the right into the next row and so on. Or you can start at the bottom, and we have these ways to put items into an inventory. We call patterns, and we have 4 different patterns you can choose from. I will show you them. You can use the sorting admin command to set them as the default for the server, so new players will get this pattern automatically. You use the command sorting admin pattern, and then here we have the different patterns you can choose from. And if you want individual configurations, you can use sorting config and then pattern again and the pattern, like this. I will use the left to right, top to bottom pattern, and that's individual, so it only affects yourself. Or okay, the categories. The categories are splitting the inventory in parts, and mostly in 2 parts. I will demonstrate this. I use the sorting admin command, categories, get as book, and then, for example, the carpet word book. I will explain what these books mean. Dirt list book and Stone Master book. So we have, for example, the carpet word category. These books are used to add own categories. You can create own categories, and you can get the categories in books. So you can use this if you forgot how to define a new category or something. But the word category. So you can set your categories by, I will set the default again, sorting admin categories set, and for example carpet word, like this. So our categories and sorting will work over the carpet word category. We have no carpets in this chest. 1 second. I will use a green and a yellow one. And yes, so something like this. I don't know. If I sort this chest, the algorithm will use the list of categories you configured. You can use sorting admin categories, just this command, to see which categories you set. In our case, in this case, default categories. The individual categories, for this you just use sorting config, like this. yes, I will reset my individual settings. So we just have the default categories, the carpet word category, and this we have just one category. That makes the whole thing a bit easier to explain. So the sorting algorithm says we have to execute the carpet word category. It looks into the inventory and goes through all items and looks if the you can see this in the book, the word carpet, the word carpet is included in the ID of an item. You can see the IDs in the tooltip here. For example, here diamond underline sort is the ID, not the name in white. Minecraft colon diamond underline sort is the ID, and we just use the diamond underline sort. You don't have to use the Minecraft tag. That would not work. If you don't see them like this, you have deactivated the advanced tooltips. Just press F3 plus H and you can see them, and that could be handy. Yeah, and if in our case our carpet category, if a item has this carpet word in contained in their name or in their ID, so for example the yellow carpet and the green carpet, they get separated into a new category like this. Oops. I can sort it, so I don't have to do this now. But now the whole virtual inventory, this happens in the algorithm, is split into two parts. One, the part with the carpets, in our case, and another with the rest items. The order will be not affected in our case. So I will just sort the chest now with the cleaning item. So, okay. I have shows a different pattern. So here is the here are the carpets, and the other items are ordered after them. So the part of the word part which contains this carpet word comes first, and then the other items. Yeah, and I could reorder them like this or so, and if I sort again, this would be not affected, so they just get separated. This would affect the whole thing. Like, yeah. The next category, the list category. This works different to the word category. This is a list, or it's defined by a list. So, for example, the dirt list is defined by dirt, grass block, grass path, and so on. And the order is important. So, when I could set, 1 second, sorting config, sorting config, I will do a individual configuration for my own player. Categories set dirt list, like this. Now just the dirt list category is used. And if I sort the inventory like this, we have first the dirt, then grass, and then the grass path, and then like this. I will change the pattern because it's a bit confusing, I guess. Bottom, left, so like this should work. Yeah, okay. It should be more clear. Now the items get put from the left to the right, and then from the top row to the bottom row. And yeah, Okay, so the dirt comes first, then the grass block, then the path and podzol and so on. And we have the dirt list items in the first part, in our case the first row, and the other items coming later. So it's in this case similar to the word category, but yeah. So the algorithm looks if an item is contained in the list here, and if it is, it gets into the new part, and the order in this category list will be respected, like dirt comes first, then grass block, and so on, as you can see here. Okay, the last category we have is the master category. In the list category you have item IDs, just item IDs, not the names. And in the master category you have no items at all, so no IDs or something. You just list the categories itself. So a master category includes categories, and it can include master categories. Yeah, and that's pretty handy. So you can create your own categories like the master categories. Just use a book like this. I will create a word category new, like sand word. For a word category you have to write this first line that defines the type of the category you create. Then the name, you can call this however you want, like you don't have to write word behind it, it's just more handy. I could word X, so I don't know. And then the word. I will use sand, and that will be our new category. Do never sign it, just click done. And then you need the sorting admin command. Categories, add from book. Now you have to hold the book and execute. So we have the new category sand word X, using just the sand as a word. And I will change my sorting configuration. So sorting config categories set, and now sand word X. So you can see it was implemented, and you can use sorting config list categories list like this for a list of all categories. So I will show you on page 3 of the list. You can see 24 on place 24. There is the sand word X category, so could be handy, this feature. And now I set my configuration for the sorting to sand word X. So just the sand word X affects the sorting. We have no sand things here, so I will just get some items like I will put them randomly inside. Okay, that's not randomly, like, I don't know, like this. And I will sort it. And now you can see the order of the items here will or is not affected, so you can do something like this, and if I sort again, that stays. What the if effect you have is you have the sand or the items with the word sand included in the IDs comes first, and then the others. So it got implemented. And the master categories I started explaining with, they can be very, very handy. So you can customize your sorting by, I don't know, your player or a player on your server wants to configure their own sorting. So the player uses this command, and now he can use some categories, like, I don't know, our sandword X category and comma the next category dirt list, I don't know, and I can sort. So yeah, now you can see how it affects the whole thing, because we have the one part with the sand stuff and then the other part, and on both parts the dirt list category will be executed, and so we have no dirt things in this part, so it stays the same, but in the other part we have dirt things, and this part got splitted into two parts, so in the dirt part and the other part, so we have three parts now: the sand part, dirt part, and the other part with the rest inside. And the master category now can be handy, so you can make the life of your players a bit easier, because they could use a ton of categories to configure their sorting, and you can just customize some types, like type 1, type 2, type 3 or something of sorting yourself just by putting the categories inside this or on this list, so they don't have to put 10 categories or something like this in the comment, or maybe the Minecraft chat has not enough space, so that could be a benefit too. And the players don't have to test out which category ordering is the best, so that you can do this. It could be attractive for your players. Okay, but we implemented the sandword X, we added it to our categories, and now we don't like the category or something, so we want to remove it. That's possible too. So you need the sorting admin command, just use categories, remove, and then our sandword X, like this. So the category got removed. Sorting config categories. Let's see, we have sandword X still in our sorting configuration. So what will happen if I sort the chest? Nothing. So the inventory didn't got sorted, and you get this error message which says you have an invalid category in your sorting configuration. So you have to fix this, and then it works again. I can show that. Set, I don't know, I will use the alpha-back ask now. I will explain soon what this is. So it works again, like you can see. Okay, we have this categories you cannot implement yourself. So like the alpha categories or the is category. So is block is burnable. This block is burnable and so on is pretty self-explaining, I guess. So is burnable, for example, just separates your inventory into the burnable part and the not burnable part, like blocks, wood and leaves and stuff like that. The alpha categories are alphabetic ordering. So alpha ask sorts them from A to Z, and alpha desk from Z to A, and alpha back ask and alpha back desk too, but the alpha ask without back starts with the first character. So Apple would come first, and then I don't know, something that starts with Z comes last, and the alpha back versions are starting at the end of the ID. So that could be handy. I don't know, for example, sorts. I want this good sort. The sorts, all sorts end with the word sort. So if you start at the end, the sorts will stay together. If you just have, I don't know, I can put them in like this, and sort, and you can see the sorts are next to each other because they end with sort, and yeah, that's the thing. If you have the alpha ask like this would not happen. So a chest comes first and the yellow carpet comes last. And you can use alpha ask and still can keep the sorts together just by defining a new category. And I will do this to show you how this could work. Sort word and sort like this. Spelled correctly. Okay, and now I will add this with sorting admin categories add from book like this, and now I will set my you can see our current categories are just alpha ask, and now I will set them. First of all, we need sort word, so our inventory gets splitted in two parts. In the first one with our sorts, and in the second one with the other stuff. So this comes first, and then alpha ask what we had before. So like this, and then if we sort, you can see the sorts are coming first, and then the other stuff. And you can see the carpet still comes last, and the chest is the first in the first place of its part, because the sort part comes first, and so on. So you can play around with this and configure your favorite sorting algorithm stuff and have some fun. If you're missing any built-in categories, like is burnable category, or I don't know, you can't implement them yourself, so you have to or we have to write code for them. So if you're missing one, just create a GitHub issue or write a comment or a Spygate message, or I don't know. Let us know so we can implement them. And if you have any remaining questions, send us a message via Spygate, and we will try to help you, or join our Discord server, an option too. Links are in the description. Thanks for watching.